Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Hope you all having a great start in the week. I myself have a good one. And tonight I'm doing my overnight shift. So that's why I'm here giving y'all a review before I go to work of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 5. And yes, y'all, this is the infamous spa event that King decided to reveal what she had decided to reveal about Brit because she was threatening by her from last week. And at this moment, I felt like that was like a retaliation on my life. I had to fight kind of moment because I don't think it was just that. I think that was a catalyst that kind of flipped over the edge, but also years of not being protected. Don't feel like she got the productions back. She put a lot of work in this show and everything, but at the same time, it still felt like they don't value her as much. So she had to take matters in her own hand. And yes, I do feel like I wish that she didn't do it in this fashion. Not if she was going to like reveal or mention Brit past about her sexual exploits and things like that. She could have done that in a group setting, like I said 2 weeks ago and in last week review. That I would be better if she just went in as a group setting, like a group of girls in front of the castmates, and ragtag Brit and then freaking everybody could just have Brit got activated. She could have activated in a dinner table, that a dinner scene in a normal fashion. I think she would still be here. But the fact that she did it at that event and publicly in front of people and people who don't know what's going on is, yes, I would say distasteful. However, I don't like how they are downplaying what Britt did and over amplifying what Kenya did. Both of them is wrong, and nobody is justifying what Kenya did. We all know she's wrong for that. But at the same time, I feel like they is downplaying Britt threats because it's not how you feel like it was a threat or how she would have said it to make it a threat. It's threat nonetheless. But like I said, we're gonna talk about everything in deeply of this episode. Until people comes in, I'm gonna stay behind the screen, and that's when I'm gonna start doing my reviews. Until people start coming in and interacting with me, then I will get on. You show my face. But right now, you hear my voice. Hope you listen to it and come in and say hey. And let's get into this review, y'all. Let's get into the review because I got a lot of things to say, and not also here. Also, what Cynthia got to say, what King had to say, what people got to say online, all that stuff. So I'm gonna give you as much content as I can. This is gonna be only based on one episode, and be ready. Hope you got your snacks. Hope you got the drinks, and hope y'all get your opinions and ready to talk about it. Because baby, what was going on here? I have a lot of emotions. I'm just disappointed in Kenya, but at the same time, I like understand where she's coming from, and also I would like to defend her a little bit because I'll say, come on now. How are we gonna let this newbie come in here, did what she had to do, and stay on the show? But you let someone who's a veteran like this poor taste what she did and let her go like that. And I just don't wish that it would not go down like that. But like you said, the thumbnail, is Britt is really accountable? Is she just really apologetic accountable? Kelly really? Kenya, why? A production / network decision. Do you agree with it or you do not agree with it? Let's have discussion. So let's get about this episode, and we're gonna have a lot to say. All right. Don't forget to hit that like button and come in and say hey. As I start seeing people coming in, and I can you see my face, niceness, and we get into it. So we all discussed last week. I say how I feel Britt was doing the most. She came in as a fan with preconceived notions, and we're gonna talk about that too. Preconceived notion that she wanted to activate Kenya, she wanted to have a moment with Kenya, like have that. I don't know. She wanted to create a moment to make TV history or whatever, iconic moments with Kenya, and make this a known talk thing. But it backfired because that's not the energy that Kenya came with this season. And in the last couple of seasons, she's been chilled. I don't know what kind of Kenya she was gonna get, but whatever. So Shamia and Angela came. Shamia and Angela talked. Shamia invited Angela to her house. I said, that's great. They appreciate the olive branch was extended and they moving forward. And I can look back. And then Britt came there. And Britt did say right back, and she said she realized she acted a fool. I said you acted a plumb fool, a vibrant fool. Oh my gosh. You didn't hug me. It was a pat. It was a pat. You want to give me a pat? I said, girl, calm down with the pat and the hugs. It doesn't matter. She hugged you more than she hugged Drew. Like, girl, get out of here. So Angela, she said she got backlash from the people because that was her event and she booked the event and she said y'all acting a fool. So next time we might have to get security and what's going on with y'all because it's like what's on that? She said, "Oh my gosh!" And I said, "Yeah, I do feel like I said, Angela, I understand." I was like, "Gosh, I want this ladies here." Somebody talk about pistols and whips and that and argument and craziness and they had the production around. And it's like the rose said, "Angela, what you bring these people over here for? This is not Love and Hip Hop. Not Love and Hip Hop." So she said she felt, according to Britt, she felt disrespected. She felt she got cut off a lot. And I said, I don't know. I didn't see that. You said your sentence. She answered you. And y'all just going back and forth. But if you felt like you got cut off and disrespected, that's on you. That's how you feel, girl. That's it. Because you asked her a question. She answered your questions. It was not good enough. She kept asking your question, and you kept wanting to have a back and forth moment. And it's about me. It's about me. It's not anybody else. Now we come to find out, Angela was the one who wrote that question about Kenya. Can you be nice to Britt and not have an attitude? However, Britt took that question and make it like she internalized it like she wrote it herself. I said, girl, you really like that question. Why the hell you get so pressed? So I was like, with Angela, I said, okay. You say you wanted to have Britt back because Britt tell you how she feel, her energy, her interaction with Kenya. And I said, that's not the interaction that was going by. I mean, I don't know what the hell you were seeing that you had some press issues with her. So Angela felt like she had to have your back and wrote the question, can you be nice and not have an attitude? I said, what do you see Kenya having an attitude with Britt about? What attitude you have seen Kenya have towards Britt, Angela? So I didn't like that. This exactly. Hey, shine bright like a diamond. You're beautiful like diamond in the sky. Angela's messy. I don't trust her. Yeah, I don't trust her either because I don't understand what was the attitude. You say you gonna stick up our bread, you being there, you just being there for her. But then later on, you say you're on King's side. I don't know, girl. I don't know what's going on. I don't trust her either. So Britt said she don't want King to feel like I'm trying to intimidate her and whatnot. That's not my intentions. I'm not trying to do that. And I said, what? I said, girl, but would you think somebody was going to feel when you mentioned you had wits and you got pistols a couple of times throughout that night? And she going to learn today. She going to learn to respect someone. She going to this, that, and she going to learn. And this is like, don't bang for me. Where's my husband? What's all that? To the point that Ken didn't even wait for her car. She got in quickly with Portia, Peach Juice, because she didn't want to be around and hoping that she go on and make promise of what she said. And people going around saying, oh, she didn't tell her, I'm going to. I said, it doesn't matter what she said. This will y'all kill me. Y'all need to stop and look at reality TV show and start thinking logically about things. The reality TV show doesn't reflect real life. It doesn't. And I know with some of y'all mindsets and how y'all think about things, y'all get so wrapped up to it and think that that's reality, and it's not reality. Because if Brit would have said that in a regular establishment that's not produced by cameras and stuff like that, and she argued with another coworker, and she said something like that, whether she produced a one, or whether she said, I'm going to shoot you directly or whatnot, and she put that out there, and people's around there, and people feel intimidated or afraid what she might do, the implications of her words, a lot of establishments will let you go. It all takes about words. You don't need to produce actions for them to say, oh, you need to let go. No, it's all take words. See, I could go ahead around and think like, oh, it was no big deal. She just talking smack and whatnot. No, that is threatening. And you talk about another coworker, you got a pistol. So what? That implication that you're going to use it on me. What you think I'm going to use it for? A prop? I'm going to model with it? No. It's had one function. So I need people to stop that. It's that, oh, no. It's wrong, and it should be taken seriously. And that's what I don't like about how these productions does. So like, if somebody take it too far and do things and threatening someone with these violence or killing someone or showing like whatever, like I did, or that extra stuff, it needs to be provocations for it. But no, y'all pick and choose who you want to have more high ground with, and let other people slide. And when somebody else do it in another franchise, you criticize them or go harsh on them. But somebody else doing another franchise, you don't go as hard. And so there's a lot of favoritism and stuff like that because it's whack. Because if y'all gonna let Kenyon go, y'all should have let Britt go. That was just as much damaging. This is not Love and Hip Hop. I didn't hire you to be all hood bad. I think you gonna threaten somebody else and they fit for the life. No. So Portia, Kenya, all right. Portia, Kenya, Kelly met up, and she's getting ready for her opening, and she's getting models, so they came there to support. The model was there; they had to do whatever she had to do, and then they discussed what happened that night, right? Portia said things were left. Peach Juice said things were left. Hey, you doing, Queso Way? What's up? Queso Rare. Love the name. Yeah, you here. Hold on. What's going on? I know you had a lot to say because I'm about to go into a lot of things. About to go in. Said Peach Juice said things were left. Welcome, Mizzies. How you doing? Make sure you hit that like button. Things were left. It went real quick. So, what Kenya mentioned how she felt in the terms and events, right? I know that's right. She said she get threatened, she had pistols. Kelly said, girl, I don't know, because I ain't hear that. I don't hear that, girl. No, I ain't hear that. Girl, your behind was standing right there in her face, right here. And you mean to tell me while she was going all off, you didn't hear her say pistol? Not once, not two, maybe three times? I know she said at least two times. I know for a fact she said it 2 times. Now, the other times, I don't know if she did 3 more times, but I know she did it 2 times. And you didn't hear her? You said, where you go? Because you tell you so much. Your mic is hot. Let's get skinny. Like all that. But you didn't hear her? So you go sit in our freaking dust face with your blow up, freaking boxed up face. Tell us you didn't hear her. Don't get cussed out, girl. Maybe that freaking fillers fried your brain because you need to reduce some of that fillers in your face. Because the fact that you say in our face to tell us you didn't hear her, I said, girl, bye. Sister. Exactly. Kelly heard her because she said no need for that because security said, exactly. It's no need for that. Security's here. Let's get you, your mic is hot. You're doing the most. Get your mic off. And then she said, Willie, no. And then she said, glisten, because she threw him the gun. Stop playing. I ain't here for that. The kid was getting aggravated. Kid said, girl, no, she did. She definitely did. I said, she said, she's not that type of person. She's not that type of person. I never seen her like that. I never seen her like that. She's that type of person. It said, don't tell me what she type of person is. Because you could have said that. What you need to say, no. That's I never see her in that type of situation. She'll never show. It says they say that. But don't tell her what she type of person is. Because you're threatening me. And I don't want to hear that. She like the type of person because she did. So you need to go sit down and go to your doctor and get your lips sealed. Let's come to me about some bullshit. She said that shit. For real. Who said, so what you gotta do? She said, I want a background check on her. They said, oh no, not a background check. And so guy said, girl, background check? You should be running background for this figure people you want to be hiring your spa. Not no background check, girl. What you doing? And I said, oh, child, Kelly. No, don't get it wrong. Kelly defended her friend. That's what most friends should do. You should defend your friend. But at the same time, you knew your friend was wrong. And you should have said, ladies, you know what, girl? Yes, you were right. My friend should never done that. Listen, I've been friends with her. I had never seen her go off like that. And I'm sorry that she's a threat. And that's not like the thing to do. I didn't want nobody to feel like, I don't want you to feel like you threatened. And I apologize on my friend's behalf and everything. Because it's like, that's not her. But now, so then we get Angela and her daughter, Shamari, right? And she said Shamari's father passed away while she was young. So she made baby. She basically been a single mother. And so Shamari was telling her mother, Angela, about her interaction with the grandmother because she realized the grandma was not there. She was hoping the grandma was going to be there to say something and whatnot. So apparently Shamari mentioned that how her grandma got a car, because like Angela got her grandma, her mother a car, something like that. And Shamari wanted to use the car. I don't know if she asked or nothing like that, or she just wanted to take it and just used it. She just used the car. And the grandma was not happy with that. And said, you just don't be taking on my car like that. Like when I asked her what should I understand? So I guess she said her auntie, Angela's sister, got in her face. So why are you taking my mother's car and this and that? You should not be doing that. And they was like, oh, like that. So Angela was like, oh my gosh, you should not tell. You should have told me. I don't want to see nobody in your face and whatnot. And I would say, okay. So that was like, okay, auntie got in your face. I mean, that messed up. But then I'm saying, when you were telling the story, I said, girl, you just feel like you was a titles or something. Where's your car? And you staying with your grandma and everything, and you feel like you are tied to the car? No, you need to ask. You just don't take nothing. Because what about if I had to go somewhere? So Shamari telling her mother that she shouldn't support the families financially, or at least the grandma and the mother, sister, whatever. She should support them financially. And I was like, I guess Angela felt some way about it that she should, because she's successful and everything's happening. Yeah, at first she was supporting her mother financially. Her mom was going through some mental disorder, and so at a while she felt like she needed to do so, but her mom got better, so that's what happened. And I said, okay. So then here go Angela saying, "Oh yeah, me and Shamari like this and like that. We got a close relationship. We got a close relationship." Their Bravo played a beat footage of 2 weeks ago conversation where we come to find out Shamari got married and she didn't even tell her mother. So I said, I don't understand, how close is your relationship when your own daughter didn't tell you that she got married? Not getting married, she got married. So then it begs the question, I said, well, who got a man that she married? And he couldn't afford your car or whatnot? How y'all living? And I think Shamar was like 24, 25, young. So I said, how you get married so damn younger like that? And what kind of man you marry? What, is he the same age as you or something? So I was like, well, y'all playing house? And then how Angela was telling like, you hurt me. You didn't tell me in 4 months. I said, 4 months? 4 months. She didn't tell you she got married? The lies, the lies, the lies. Exactly. Close relationship with my ass. And your daughter didn't tell you that? And I said, who this bum? Because I could have, I don't know. You get married, what, you gotta have your own place, or you staying with your grandma? Because last time I said, you staying with your grandma. And then I guess she got kicked out. I don't know what happened. I guess she stayed with her mother now. I don't know. But, well, and then Shamari act like it's no big deal. Well, it is what it is. It's no big deal. It's like, it's only 4 months. I was going to tell you. Like, so blase with that. So blase. Also, since you got a blase attitude, I could just be lazy fair and not support you either. So when you want money, oh well, I forgot. I don't know. It's no big deal. Listen, there's no. I'm not giving the money. So what? I said, I don't know. I forgot. I forgot. Yes, you told me 5 seconds ago. I just forgot. No. Mine is, I said, oh well, oh yeah, I'll get you next week. Next week comes, girl. I don't know what happened. It's no big deal. But you told me a week ago. Yeah, it's just a week ago. It's just a week ago. Yes, I said a week ago, but it's no big deal. And what? So Angela, then she started tearing up. And then when she started tearing up, and Shamari acted like it was no big deal. And then Shamari realized she started getting heat on her. And then she started acting like she wanted to tear up. She said, oh my God, it's just too much. It is too much. It is too much. And I was like, Angela, I was like, I said, girl, what you crying for? You don't want to tell me you getting married and now I'm coming on you. Now you know you want to throw it back on me with your tears. So next time, be honest with me. And then Angela said, I don't want you crying, so like that. Then she started apologizing. I said, oh, you the parent, right? So she made you apologize. They get up, and she said, oh, you got me crying and stuff like that. She said, I look fabulous as ever. I said, oh, y'all just blew past what y'all just said. It just looked good. And it just said, you look fabulous as ever, like it's just no tomorrow, huh? They just walk out the thing like it's nothing that just said 5 minutes ago happened. Okay. But I said, Angela, stop lying to us. You ain't close with the girl because she would have told you. I said, I was saying, Shamala, what if you had children and your children didn't tell you that? Remember this when you have history repeat yourself. Okay. So Britt and Peach Juice met up and they sat down. And you know what they tried to do was with this episode, make it seem like she's so apologetic, she is so taking accountability, and she so knows she did wrong and so remorseful, and she didn't want to do that. That's not her. You know, she tried to. She was a campaign in this whole episode. So Britt was like, King want to put on, she want to put on and it's like that and everything. And Peach was like, girl, what you talking about? And I said, the Peach Juice clocked it. She said, listen, you came into some preconceived notions that King with this type of girl. She's a get back type of girl and whatnot. And you have seen this. You probably seen this show. You probably have already conceived notions that you know King how King is, and you wanted to create that moment with her. And since you didn't get that, you kind of spiraled out of control. And then Britt kind of admitted that. Oh yeah, I see that point. Yes, yes. So yes, you came in as a fan. So that means you had no freaking beef with Kenya. You came with a freaking make-believe beef with her to create some kind of moment so you get the Kenya that you've seen on TV before. But I said, how long did you start when you were watching the girl? Because if you started watching all the way to the last season, you know Kenya has calmed down her villainous era. She calmed down real tremendously. Even this season, she calmed down. She came in on wild towards you. Kenya was a villain for a while now. And she said, nah, I ain't mean a villain like that. And she calmed down. Yeah, she had her clapbacks and she had little moments, but last couple of seasons, she really kind of calmed down. For you, the one that had that moment of what Kenya was in her villain's era, and you didn't get that, so you crashed out, basically. You crashed out. And you wanted the old Kenya. And tonight, now granted you wasn't there, you had got the old Kenya. Cause the way child, we're gonna talk about that scene because Kenya had me laugh a little bit. But yeah, she said, yes, I want to take full accountability and everything. I want to apologize. I know it was wrong. And like that. DF out. Exactly. Because she didn't get the key in that she thought she was going to get. And I said, no, you're not going to get the key when you thought you'd get. You should have came in like Kelly did and make the interaction with the ladies when you came on the show, not as a fan. So when y'all production, when y'all bring fans to the show, tell them how to act right. And come in with no preconceived notions. Yes, I watched the show. I know how that goes. Let me see how I interact with Kenya, my own self. The Kenya was not shading you with the ring. How you describe the ring situation, any normal person would ask the same thing. You did have the wedding band on. You have one. I know sometimes people don't have the wedding band. Some new age people let's just like have the ring and don't have the wedding band with them. So fine, you can still be married without the wedding band. However, most people does have both. So when you didn't have it, she thought you were gay. She said, no, I'm married. Then you said, this is my second wedding ring. What normal person would not ask if that's your second marriage? How's that being shady? Because if you have a conversation with someone and someone showed their ring and they said, this is my second wedding ring, more people will say, oh, this is your second marriage? You didn't say this ring was upgraded. You could have said, oh, this is my upgraded ring. My husband had to give me an upgraded ring because our anniversary, baby. And if you said that, it would have been no confusion. In the Balmain event, she hugged you. And then the figure vote event, she gave you a hug because she ain't want to makeup on her face and she don't put makeup on you, so she gave you a pat hug. More than she gave most of the other ladies. The other ladies, she said, mwah, 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 hey, mwah. And she gave you at least that because she know how you was going to act. Goodbye. So you came in as a figure fan and crashed out when you get to Kenya. But now you got one. And unfortunately, and Kenya's detriment, and kind of lost our figure spot. Her job, one of them. So Angela and Charles were talking. Charles was making that freaking good ass fried chicken. I know that's why. I said, you better bring that plate over there. Charles, let me go to the house and give me a little chicken. He made that nice golden brown kind of chicken. I said, go ahead, Charles, you better throw that freaking move. You know that thing. So he cooking. Angela getting ready. She calling Charles. Charles said, I don't know why the hell she bothering me. She know I cooking fried chicken over here. Why are you calling my name? What's up? What's up, lady? Now, whatever area they was in, she getting ready. They was painting. The thing was not done, finished correctly. So she said, asked him what kind of earring. I don't think he answered what kind of earring that she supposed to wear. He didn't answer her. She just wore whatever earring she had wore. And she said, you coming with me? He said, why I'm coming with y'all? Charles is a key. Exactly. He said, why I'm coming with y'all? She said, you might be the only man that. I said, so what make you think I will come? And then she said, Peach Juice brought your name up. He said, oh, child, what's happening? What's she saying? And then she said, what's your name? Like, she knows something about me. He said, no, I don't got time for this like that. I was like, you better let her know. Don't come after me, because when they come after me, I'm going to come after her. So don't tell her to let her know. You better shut it down. Did she shut it down? She said, yes, I shut it down. I told her what's up like that. And she said it was a joke. I said, no, you didn't. You said none of that. You said none of that. Now, why are you trying to pretend that you checked freaking Peach Juice? You didn't check the girl. Or you asked, so what you know? She said, no, I'm not getting into it. I'm not getting into it. And that's that. You didn't say, don't talk about my husband, girl. Listen, we ain't playing that. You say none of that. And she did not say nothing about no joke. She just said she was not going to answer nothing. She ain't going to say what she know. So you didn't check Jack. You try to act like you checked her. I said, Angela, stop it. Stop it. You didn't check nothing. And I was like, because y'all was saying, do what you said to the girl. You better check her. She said, yes, I did. Yup. Yes. No, that's a good. No, you did. You sat there and just sat mute. Because if I was you, Angela, I said, so what you know? Oh, I said, you better say what you got to say. Because, child, because as you say you want to have rumors on, something about my husband. I said, what about the freaking what you going on? Why the fuck you took that bitch husband? Yes, I said it. We were with there. Now Kenny said, I want to know why she took that other husband. Like Kenny said. And Angela, I was saying, girl, we could talk all day. Now, if you're not going to say what nothing to say, just talk about, let's talk about why you stole that lady's husband. And while you here, you thought you had a cushion life. Leaving all your freaking jobs, thought you had a freaking, you was going to be with Shamia. You thought you were going to get Shamia life, and you got played by a scammer. Quit all your motherfucking jobs because you thought you had a cushion life. You thought you was going to retire. No, he made you come back to work. Come back to that when you left for. So answer that. Don't come at me about my husband if you ain't going to want to answer about yours. Oh, yeah, me Peaches will be beefing. She probably want to talk to me for the rest of the season. I said, okay, and every time I look at her, I would say husband stealer. Husband stealer. Husband stealer. Husband stealer. She would have to be annoyed. Husband stealer! I might want to activate Peach Juice. She was about to drag my ass like she did Kenya. Get a prop and everything. Husband stealer. Chill. But no, you didn't check nothing. So she was acting like she was bad about it. So then they went back and they would eat. Now here goes the spot event, y'all. Y'all ready? Kenya spot event. This is happening. Now, Kenya said she invited all the ladies. She said she didn't officially invited Britt, but she did not uninvite her either. So she comes, she doesn't come, she doesn't come. Now she knows she didn't really uninvite her either because I think she low key wanted her there so she could embarrass her. Not the fact that she would like to see her, but the fact that she's around, that she know what the hell I'm gonna put out for her. She want to threaten me, I'm gonna get back at you. That's why she didn't officially uninvite her because I would have said, no, you ain't coming over here. No ma'am, no ham, no bacon and cheese. You're not coming up this threshold. If you see this lady, do not let her in. So all the ladies are getting ready. Kelly FaceTime Britt. They talking, and they're gonna go together. Britt said she want to make a spin on olive branch. She want to apologize. She got some flowers. She got a card, and she just really went forward. And she just don't want no issues with Kenya. She knows she did messed up. She went wrong. That's what she said. So she said, "Yeah, I'm proud of you, friend. I'm glad you want to take a responsibility and take up and all that stuff like that and whatnot. And you want to come together." She said, "I'm 5 minutes away, and we'll get you." Granted. So Kenya's spot event. Things getting ready. People talking about it. Everybody's so excited because yeah, we seen her building this stuff up. We seen her working hard. We seen her put a lot of her daughter's college education funds into the spa, and this is something that she wanted. This is something. It was a dream. She did it for her daughter. A lot of people came in. People was coming there. I guess she want to make a grand entrance. Kenya wore like all purple. She had her hair full out, giving volume. It was nice. She looked really nice. Miss Lawrence came, and I said, "Oh my God, Miss Lawrence came out for Kenya." And you know, Miss Lawrence and Kenya always had a good relationship. It was cool. Miss Lawrence told Kenya that you was the one that really taught me a lot of the beauty tips I needed to know. You was there for me. You gave my stardom or whatnot. I don't know all the fully was. She said, you know, so basically she was like a help for him build up who he is now. So he definitely came to support, and she was very happy to see him there, see her there. And so Britt and Kelly came. Now, if you didn't notice, freaking not at first. No, we will get there first. Hold up. Britt and Kelly came. Britt had flowers, a card. She said, "I had a card. It was very thoughtful. Hope she read the coin and everything because now I ain't want her to know because in the card, Britt did say that no, before that, before the Britt and Kelly scene, King had like the hair battle thing. It was nice. It was a lady with the spider web, and it was a lady with the little globe in the middle, and then there's some things going around it. There's a butterfly flapping wings. I said, "Oh, it's like this is really nice. There's a nice hair battle going on here." And it was a model competition, hair contest, and the person. It was great. It was a great little entrance. It was a great little start and whatnot. We saw Moneta there. I think Ming Ling was there, and some other people was there. It was a lot of people, right? So in the car, Kelly and Britt was talking, and she said, "You know, my aunt passed away because that was her father's sister. You know, her father passed away, and that kind of reason why her sister is not really close right now because of passing father, grieving happened, and you know, people grieve differently, so people don't want to talk to each other. Families fall apart, and it's not as close as it was when the father was around or parent. That's what I said last time when the maternal or paternal or the patriarchal family passed away. Sometimes the people who was close and came together because of them sometimes drift apart. And y'all probably don't speak for years. Y'all probably don't talk to each other. Only time y'all come around is probably the family events. And that's when y'all get to see each other, but y'all don't check up on each other like that. So that's what's happening. So her father and her sister passed, her aunt passed. And she said she was going through a lot of things at once. So that's probably the reason why she crashed out the way she crashed on top of her delusions about Kenya. So like that, I said, okay, granted. And that's what happened. And I guess they're trying to make us feel sorry for her crashing out and acting like a damn fool last week. It whatnot. I said, granted. And that's what all he was going through at the same time. And that made you go off in Kenya, even though it's probably not her fault. It is what it is. So make it right and use that. So Kenya talked to Angela because a lot of the ladies got there. And she said, Angela, let me talk to you. So she took Angela privately and she said she wanted to thank Angela because Angela had the only one of the cast who reached out to her to check up on her. And she said, I want to thank you. She said, yeah, girl, I'm good. I feel like you. I'm here for you. I'm on your side. Now, not so long ago, you were telling Britt that you was defending her and sticking up for her by writing the question so Kenya could answer the question. Yeah, that was for sympathy, but sorry to hear about your aunt passing. Yes, exactly. I feel agree. It was sympathy to get us to feel sorry, to make us feel like, okay, girl, we get it. But yeah, sorry for that. Especially if you were close, we understand that correctly. So thank you. But I was like, okay, so you there for Kenya, but then you was there for Britt. So I said, what you playing? What size you playing, girl? And I only hear you telling Britt that she was going. I mean, granted, Britt came out and say, I admit I was wrong. And said maybe you should instead of Albert, go to Kenya's thing and say you apologize, take accountability. It was wrong for that what you did and whatnot. So Peach Juice, right? Cynthia's there. I like to sit there with the braids and everything because Cynthia the last couple of weeks when she was that bang yang. I don't know what the hell Cynthia you was doing, girl. Look like you had a whole midlife crisis of 10 power. I don't know what the hell was going on. But Peach Juice told Cynthia what happened and what Britt did, and Britt mentioned the pistol. And for Cynthia, we're gonna get to Cynthia in a minute. For her to go around saying she didn't see it and everything, after she saw it, she still made it seem like it was a mistake. I said that was not a mistake. It was intentional, but we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But Peach Juice know Kenya because she went through Kenya phases before, and she know Kenya right now is gonna be activated. She knows she's activated. So you might not want to come with no freaking flowers. She may not want to see her and whatnot because no amount of apologies will get Kenya to accept what you want to say, Britt. She's already long gone. And not on top of that, the reason why we know she didn't give a fuck and she didn't care about no Britt, no apology, because we saw Kenya. I don't know. Kenya was throwing that freaking shots back to back to back. And even also when she saw Britt walked in the door, she was like, so you know she was done. Whatever she had her set in mind, in motion, was going to be executed. No apologies were going to accept it. No apologies were going to prevent it. No cards, no flowers. None of that was going to prevent what she had in mind that night. And maybe the alcohol gave her the liquor's coverage because, child, she took it to hell, especially when she was drinking all that drinks. And she was drinking straight, too. And I said, Dad, can you calm down with the drinks? I don't know what the hell she was drinking, Patron or something, but she was throwing that back. Throwing it back. So when Britt was apologizing, she said, Kenya, I would like to say I apologize. And I'm sending little flowers to you. I didn't mean what I said and everything. I want to hear this a call of flowers. I appreciate you. And Kenya was like, girl, so what you saying? What's going on here? Yes. And everything. And yeah, whatnot. Stack the fire. You can know me. I'm going to go. I know because you know me. And I'm good. I know I'm not welcome, but I hope you read the call and everything later. I'll let you know. I apologize. Kid ain't paying that girl no mind. So Kelly said, go see your go. I said, yeah, girl, I know I'm not gonna be here. I'm going to everything. She said, okay, good. Fine. So everybody's there. Everybody's there. So she started making her speech. She said, I'm tired for years. I've been around for a long time, and people want to bring me down. And she said, no, this lady and a group of ladies, and someone came for me. Everybody said, oh, what? What happened, girl? What happened? She said, well, coming here, act like she gonna try to apologize, give me flowers. Hey, get the flowers, out of here. Get the flowers fucking out of here. Don't let us away. Don't give it to the homeless. I don't want to see the flowers. So let them go away. And she said, get the card. Kay said, well, let me get the card. No, I want the card. Don't bring that over here. Mind your business. Don't bring yours over here. Don't bring that card over here. Mind your business. Get out of it. I said, oh, child. And Kelly said, girl, what the card do you do? The flowers? You got a lot of flowers laying in here. Why you just go put that right in front of the door like that? Why you got the door with the flowers? And she said, listen. She said, get that shit out of here. Shoot it down. Like I said, y'all need to listen to Peach Juice. Peach Juice told you that flowers are not, y'all need to throw that flower somewhere else because Kenya's not here for the flowers. And Peach Juice had Kenya down packed. She knew she was activated. She knew she not going to accept the flowers. She was done, right? Because she ain't going to try to play me. Because I play people bitches does. Because I've been that bitch. I always been that bitch. I will be that bitch. And I said, I was like, Kenya, girl, you is done, girl. She said, oh, shit. I know the castmates like, girl, what the fuck? Oh, my God. I'm sorry, y'all. I know the castmates said, what the fuck going on here? Oh, child. Oh, my gosh. Now, she did all that. Now, before that, Drew was trying to talk to Peach Juice. And Drew was like, girl, what's going on? Like, we trying to talk and everything. It's like, girl, you be canceling me. What's up? Like, we talk. She said, listen, use your common sense. I said, oh, common sense. Same for the girl. He going, okay. Use your common sense. You could have talked to me. You could have had a full conversations and talked to me about this, and you did not. She said, girl, you had a phone conversation. We had a phone conversation. Told me I was going to do something like that. She said, I don't know, man, whatever. She said, listen, I don't got time for that. Nah, I'm going to talk to you anymore. I'm going to talk to you. I said, girl, you just want to have a moment. You just don't want to talk to the girl. Fine. Pete Drew said, I tried. We tried to have a sit down one-on-one. She canceled on me a couple times and whatnot. And then Pete Drew said she got information. I said the information you got was like the guy said he wanted to have the guy listen to the music. So everything Drew is doing is for the music. Whatnot. So that's that. I forgot that. I skipped it. But yeah, she said, I'll be that bitch. I will be that bitch. I'll always be that bitch. And I was cracking up. I ain't fun. That shit was funny. And it said, I'll pay her dust. And she gonna threaten me with a gun. Everybody said, oh no, she didn't. No, like that. So when I was like, you know what? I was saying, let me find out. So I did some research on this girl. So everybody said, where this going? Did some research on this girl. And here find out the first person board. Who is this hoe? Everybody said, who? This Britt Edie. This is Britt here before. This is her. This is an actor. This is her nose. This is what's up. And not that. And not that. I didn't stop there. I found out some more on this girl. So yeah, this was her. This was she was a video vixen in big days when she do her videos. I used to be in videos too in myself back in the day, but I was a leading lady. Here. And all right. And then I hired a PI. And the PI gave me something like this. Oh, everybody said, oh my gosh. And they clipped the color. They said, due to the nature of the video, I decided to block the images like that. I said, might as well show us. You wanted to show us the thing, so you might as well show us. So Cynthia told us, girl, I didn't want to sit here watching no poster of somebody sucking a dick. So that's what the picture was of Brie eating a compromised position, sucking an eggplant. And I was like, damn. So everybody said, oh my gosh. So the lady said, oh, Kenya, that's going too much. That's too far. You doing too much. That's too much. Don't tell me don't do too much. Don't tell me do too much. Cause straighten the gun. Yeah, just fuck up. Don't tell me what to do too much. Cause straighten the gun. I'm tired of it. Don't tell me what it is. No, it's not too much. She ain't threatening the gun. So get the fuck out of here. Don't tell me what to tell. Dude. I said, oh, yeah, she cursed him out. So they all got up, kind of cleared out the area, all that stuff. They said, oh, no, that's not good. That's not right. I said, and Angie said, Ken, why you do that? Because I would be understanding when Brittany coming from, she be embarrassed, and that showed out there, and probably people didn't know about that. It went not. And it shouldn't be her day. She shouldn't have done it. And Cynthia said, you better than this. I know you. Don't know Britt like that, but I know you. And I just had that you let that ruin this moment. And you are better than that. And I wish you didn't let that ruin it. She said, yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Bye. Yes. Like that. And then Cynthia said something that made me feel like it was just been years of stuff that she was going through that she just had finally let out. And she said, I'm tired not being protected. I'm tired not people not looking up for me and standing up for me and doing stuff like that and everything. So I had enough. I had enough of everything. So that tells me that Ken been knowing that production or whoever else had it out for her, that was giving her a hard time, she's not really protected. So she had to take matters in her own hand. Because when she wanted to get help and wanted to be taken seriously and wanted somebody to have her back, she didn't get her back. She would get gaslit. She would tell her that she didn't hear what she heard. She'd accept it, be wrong, feel with the girl. She had enough. And on top of the threat of what happened, kind of took her to the edge. So she did what she did, and that's what happened. And I wish people understand that. Just because we understand why Kenya did what she did doesn't mean that we agree that she shouldn't have done that at her event. And what it made it worse is because she put it in a public platform and showed that image for a lot of people who's not part of the cast and public people and different random people, strangers. So that, yes, I understand the severity of that. What also was severe is her threats. What's her threats? Britt said she got whips and pistols a couple of times, and nobody took that seriously. Everybody making it seem like, oh, she was talking smack, she in any moment. It's not that. She didn't say she showed the gun, she do this. I said, doesn't matter. She was threatened. The person she was arguing with was right there in the room. They felt threatened. People heard the pistol. And someone with peach juice, who she was talking to? I think she was talking to Blitz like that. And said, listen, girl, you talk about pistols. So when I say I was in the elevator and I said to Drew before the elevator, I was having my pistol right there, but what do you think I was intending to use that for? And Blitz said, yeah. Yes. So, it was no fake and wink and dink stuff. It's serious. So my thing is, yes, we get it. Ken, I don't know why you took that moment, why you feel like that was that place to do it, especially as your grand opening. You worked so hard for this. You kind of maybe probably tarnished it or whatnot, your brand, because doing some type of things or bring some revenue. I don't know how it is. by doing that. But however, we understand why it took you there. You wanted to get it handled. If they handled it like they're supposed to handle it and let her go and have her stop filming and not be around you, then I think you probably would not have done that. But the fact that you took it, nobody took you seriously, everybody make it seem like you didn't hear what you heard. Even some of the ladies act like they didn't hear it. It's a matter on her hand. And no, it was not right. And if you, my thing is, if you go to suspend Kenya or fire, whatever word people using, I don't know what they're gonna be doing. Maybe because they said cease filming with her this season. Did they say cease filming with her for good? So I don't know if she might come back or not for next season. But I don't think she should come back because you know what? Because it seemed like Bravo is trying to go in a new direction of the younger crowd. It seemed like that's what the direction they're trying to go with. So we see that. So I feel like it was years of not being heard, and feel like because like he always said that she felt like they just had it out for her. She was good for ratings only because she was good for ratings for the show, but they didn't care for her like that. It was freaking ridiculous. And I feel like you should let Britt go. Now the question of Britt. I put it in my thumbnail. Accountability. Everybody said, oh yeah, Britt apologized. She apologized to Kenya. She said things. She took accountability and all that. And Kenya still did it. I said, yeah, Kenya was activated. She was going to do what she was going to do. However, my thing is, she did all that for this episode, right? But when the season, before its season started, when all this news come about, what did she say? Oh, I never owned a pistol. I never threatened anyone. That did not happen. People tarnished my name. She did the interviews saying that she didn't say that what she said. She didn't threaten no one. She did that. She did all that. She was campaigning and making it seem like she didn't do none of that what Kia said. Or for us to see the season and she did with exactly what Kia said. Did exactly what Kia said. But yeah, you was campaigning to do all that, telling us that you didn't do it. If you would have said, you know what, y'all, I know y'all don't know me yet. I can't wait to see y'all in the new season. But based on what can come out there, I will let you know that something did went down between me and Kia. I'm not happy with that. What was done between us. I wish it'll take it back. I was going through a lot of things at that time, passing my aunt, a lot of things, and I may have said some things and I'm not happy about. And when y'all went to see the season, y'all will see it. I wish you would say that. Instead of going around saying, oh, I did say that. I never threatened no one. People tarnish my character. What? And I think the reason why she backtracked now, or at that time before the season started, because she knew, and the cast probably knew, that they let go Kenya for the rest of the season. So I guess in her mind, she felt like, oh, I can say this, I can spin the narrative my way, and then maybe they probably won't show the scenes. But Lucy, you know, you're a new girl. They're going to show you how you are. Now, Dr. Heavenly said something today. She mentioned how if they felt like it was so detrimental, it was so much, why the hell they showed it? Exactly. I agree. I agree. If it was too much, a kid did the most, you could have scrapped that scene and told them, no, we're not doing this. We're not filming this film this way. We're going to do the scene over. Or possession all around the room. Nobody see that poster boards. Nobody knew. I feel like they knew that she was going to do that. Quiet as kept. If I was one of Kenya's friends or I was one of castmates and I seen that poster board, I said, oh, what's this? And Kenya, behind Kenya back, I would take that poster board and throw it out somewhere. I wish somebody took that poster board and hit it. She would have had nothing to show. Or told Key, I said, no, you're not showing this. No, that's not happening. Y'all felt it. Y'all wanted the big moment. Y'all want everybody to talk about it. Y'all wanted the ratings and whatnot. And I think y'all didn't realize that people was more on Kenya's side than Britt. Y'all felt like y'all thought we was gonna be more on Britt's side, and that's not what happened. And y'all know to find out that people is not rocking with Britt. And come to find out a lot of castmates are not rocking with Britt. Kelly said today, she said, imagine defending a friend and come to find out why you realize and you found out why nobody liked the friend. And now, Kelly and Britt fell off, and we don't even know. We're going to see that play out. I guess that the fell out between Kelly and Britt going to happen this season 2. And also the fell out between Shamia and Britt. So a lot of castmates is not rocking with you, Britt. That means the issue is with you, girl. And Bob will protect this girl for what? For what? There's a lot of girls who probably do good and who don't declassify the show. Want to talk about pistols and whips. You're gonna have other girls come around, come forward. I know some of y'all might kick my ass. I'd rather have me lying behind than you coming around here and saying all this extra shit. At least she lied to be stupid about herself. She lied about her own crazy delusions, Mia. And then Andy going around and had this interview. And I'm going to show you what Kia said because I agree with what she said. Hold up. I think I saved it on Instagram. Yeah, they wanted her out, and this is the way her got out. So detrimental, and y'all felt like it was too much. So Andy and everything was saying, how Britt say something about threatening Kia, about pistol and everything, whatever. And, Kia feel threatened and all that stuff. So she took it about and she worked so hard for this event and all that stuff. And why she would do that. And she just showed some pictures, a couple of pictures of Britt. And they keep saying revenge porn, revenge porn. I said, I don't think it's revenge porn. But whatever. And whatnot. And it was going in. However, okay, granted, they disappointed that she did her thing. Why she was doing her event, we all said that. But my thing is, I having a hard time is why y'all downplaying what Britt said. Y'all downplaying what Britt said. Y'all downplaying the severity of her words. Because now y'all say, she didn't say she directly is going to shoot her or she didn't show the pistol. I said, doesn't matter. In a workplace, this is co-workers. Y'all pretend y'all want to be on workplace and show sometimes with more hard ground, but sometimes you don't show always more hard ground. Workplace. People arguing, if someone mentions something that may potentially harm someone, that is ground for fire and termination. That's why I tell people reality TV show is not reality, because if it was based on reality, a lot of shit would not be going down like that. Things that we see on reality TV show would not happen the way it happened this way. Like, for example, if I were Britt, I wouldn't even have showed up. I would have tried to reach out to Kenya another time, try to have a sit down one-on-one with her, and do that. Shoot. I would allow Kenya to go down that way. I would say, no, this person ain't going, no, you not to show this. Let's talk about this another time. We could have a group sit down, and then we go rag tag her another time, but not at the event. We ain't doing this here. The minute that in the real world, the minute that Britt said that, She would have been in a figure management office or do it down to HR. Probably get her walking papers. Pink slip. And y'all say just words. Y'all is a figure of two dense ass motherfuckers. Dunce caps. Now I'm busy. We smart. But dunce cap people on this television, they say that's the word. Y'all act like I say no. Go to your freaking job right now, have an issue with your coworkers, and say you go do something like that. I got my pistols on me. Fuck with me if you want to. And watch how fast your ass will be walking out the door. Go ahead. Go ahead, think y'all the next freaking through with Brit 80. They say y'all can say that all what you want. Go ahead. Think about that. Go ahead. Do that, y'all. Go ahead. Do it. Since y'all think act like it's no big deal, you just talking smack, talking smack in an argument. Nobody ain't gonna really do nothing. I ain't saying I'm gonna shoot. It doesn't matter. Words is just words. Words have meanings, and words is powerful. That's about so people talk about smack. People lose their lives when people talk smack in words. You don't think words is powerful? People lose their lives over fucking words. Now I'm getting activated. Activated. It's just words. Words hurt. Words have meaning. Words have implications. So go ahead. Go ahead thinking that it's no big deal what the Brit said. Or what Brit didn't warrant Kenya the actions. What Kenya didn't warrant Brit blowing up on her. It didn't warrant none of that. So miss me with that. Can't do nothing to that girl for her to blow up like that. Just like y'all saying what Brit said didn't warrant her reaction. Oh, so let me show you what Kenya said. So when Andy, everybody in that video show said what they had to say, Kenya said she had enough. She said, y'all don't want to activate Kenya. So I'm going to tell you what it was saying, what she's saying. Well, I can't see that. Hold on, let me enlarge this. The two co-hosts are extremely ignorant. Sexual assault is rape. Because they did say sexual SA. They said SA. And I said, no. Showing the pictures to someone that they asked for is not SA. It's SH. It's SH. Sexual harassment. Not sexual assault. But let's get in that. It's R. Remember that what Phaedra accused Candy of attempted to do to Peach Juice? Revenge porn is somehow if someone shown Kim K sex tape to you, is that revenge porn? I found that plus tons others online. She signed a release for it, so it's fair receipt. Meaning that the pictures, everything that Kim found on Brett Edie was online already. You can find it. Just like me, if I post something on me or on the media, if somebody retweet that, it's already out there. It's public. Like this video. If I release after I finish thing and I'll put this live, everything I said is my words. I can't backtrack it. I said it. It's on the public. So, warning, if you are not an attorney as familiar with Georgia law, then STFU, shut the F up. Sick of these bias and selective outrage. These comments should not have aired. It's a podcast. Where is legal? Question mark. You don't want activated Kenya. I should have shown at my event, but for the love of God, why would you ignore a clear gun threat? Exactly. Exactly, I agree. I agree. Yeah, I know what Britt did. If y'all reprimanded Brit and did what you had to do, it would not be this far. It would not have gone that far. And Brit's, they say, Ken, take accountability. Ken did. She went on camera, Tamara Hall, said what she had to do. She apologized. She said she should have never took it that far. But she explained why she did it. But she realized that, yes, that was the wrong thing for her to do. I should never take it that far. I'm still under contract. I'm still getting paid. And yes, I should never have done it that way. She took accountability. She apologized. But she don't like how the fact that, and even in this statement, she said, yes, I should not have shown that at my event. But why are y'all downplaying the threats? And not just any people online, on Twitter. If you go on Twitter, a lot of people are trying to downplay it. And then others who got common sense try to speak reason to people. People can't understand reason. They like to go back and forth. Now, good thing I don't have a big platform like other people are. So people go back and forth with me, well, because me, I don't go back and forth that much. I would just block them, kill, comment, on mute. Even people that ain't going back and forth with me, and I read their comment, I say something stupid, I mute them. I say mute, especially on Twitter. I'm like, I got time for all that. Y'all have anything to say? And I know I'll be rambling. I was preaching right here, preaching going on. What y'all thought about this episode? How y'all feel about what Kenya did? Do y'all feel like you don't mind it? Because Conan thought the Heavenly thought it was funny and it was uncounted, and she didn't see anything wrong with that. And I said, hey, some people didn't feel like see anything wrong with that either. Some people online said that. I feel like, listen, I wish she didn't do it at that type of setting. That's why I said in my title, Kenya, wrong timing. I think if you did that with a bunch of people in your cast and you showed it or whatever, and y'all go on argument, I think that's a moment that is normal. It will be normalized. It'll be fine. But the fact that one place, one time, exactly. One place, one time. The fact that you show it so publicly to everybody who's outside public people, that made it amplify. Now, some alleged tea. One of my Mizzies, yeah, they both won. I hate that King did that. Exactly, I agree. Because it took away from the moment. It had the hair battle, everything. If I were King at that moment, yeah, even with the drinks and everything, I would say, no, F this post boys. I said, listen, it's a bitch that trying to try me. She's trying to come in and try to apologize. I ain't got time for that right now. I'm not here for it. Let's pay some dust. Let's have a party. Hey, had the drinks, get the thing. Let's get customer service. Let's network and let's have a good time. Whoop, whoop. I dance on my haters. I twirl on my haters. And that's how I would have done. It would have been nothing. We would have had a good time. Everybody would have a good. And I said, Kelly, I don't want to see that card. Put that card somewhere else. Listen, good. Thank you. I decided to move forward. I ain't focused on this chick. So the poster board will go somewhere else. Like I said, if I said I poster board and the king was like, I said, oh, snap, go somewhere else. King will look for the poster board. I said, I don't know what happened. King said, where are my poster boards? Girl, you know what happened yesterday with my friend? Me and my friend had a good time yesterday on the day. And knowing that I don't want who threw away the poster boards. But I was going to pretend I ain't do nothing. I said, yeah, girl, I know what happened. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. They said, listen, what you did with the poster boards? Girl, I don't know about that. But let me tell you what happened. Check. The event was beautiful. Oh, I would say the less tea. So apparently Jessica did an interview, because Jessica, she does reviews of the shows as well. And she did an interview with somebody, or they have a conversation. And allegedly the PI that gave Ken the stuff was Ming Lee. That's what's said. If that's true, whatever. Let's Ming Lee said herself, then we've got no other say. The PI would be anonymous. But Ming Lee was there. And I guess Ming Ling and Britt both dated the same person, Rick Ross, at that time, allegedly. I said all alleged because I don't know all this true. I guess it was true and everything. That's what I said. All alleged, and then that's who shared the pictures of Kenya. And people saying that if you watch the episode where everybody have visual reactions to it, Ming Ling allegedly didn't react to it. I said, oh, if that's true, then that's that. And y'all don't know, Ming Ling will be in a new season of Basketball Wives. And if y'all ask me, I don't watch Basketball Wives anymore, so it will not be watched. And more power to the older people, but that show been done. So I don't watch Basketball Wives at all. But that's that. And then Cynthia. Now, Cynthia was going around doing interviews and stuff like that. First of all, she didn't even see the thing. She did afterwards. She did see it afterwards. But then you just say this, what Britt said is a mistake. That what Britt said was not a mistake. What Britt did was deliberate. She mentioned that a couple of times. And that's what I don't like. And flip-flop the stance. Yes, you can hold your friend accountable. But if I was sit there, I would say, listen, if Andy asked me a question, I would say, yes, my friend was messed up. She shouldn't have done an event. But I'm going to say, I understand why she come to that direction, because when she went to y'all, none of y'all helped her. None of y'all took the threat seriously. So if you're going to suspend my friend, why you didn't suspend Britt? Why is she still around us? Because anybody would threaten anybody in a normal setting. This will not fly by. This will not fly by at all. I just don't know. I think, and to say that what Cynthia did was the worst of everything she's been on the show, I said, no, that's not the worst. I don't know why the hell you think that this was freaking the worst of anything else that had been happening. So the accusations about Candy was not the worst. That was lower than what Kenya did. That's what you gonna tell me? That's what you're doing? Shoot, if I was Brett, I would say yes. I suck dick, and I did it in my back of my days. I'm not mad. Yes, I'm Brittany Yard. I'm the girl on that photo. Yes, I did it. Yes, I sucked that dick. I'm not mad. It's on the internet. I did it. I'm not mad. Listen. It sucks that she was showed at her event. But since I'm the top of the focus of conversation, yeah. But yeah, she would have been paid thus and not get any focus. And I'm mad that she gave her that shine. And now Peace You said, take this mic off. I don't act like I want to be here. That's what I'm saying. And that's that. That's what I say. Now I don't know how the rest of the season gonna be, because at the end of the day, I did want to see what happened that led to the point. I'm not gonna keep my promise. I'm gonna continue watching the season because I do want to see the fallout of Kelly and Britt and Shamia and Britt. I do want to see how this happening. According to Cynthia, back in the day, Cynthia said that Phaedra came through. Even though I don't care for Phaedra, I don't want to see her, but whatever, we're gonna see her. She will come, and she gave me the record habit of last 2 weeks of filming. She came and did a lot, so I will guess we'll see what she doing. I want to see that happen. And I don't know. I just don't feel like it's gonna be dry and boring, unless some of these ladies give us something. Angela or somebody else, these new ladies carry the weight, because Cynthia ain't gonna do much. I don't know what the other lady's gonna give. So unless they can't relate, Cynthia's a friend of us, so she can't do much. The other ladies, Peach Juice, what? She will keep having imaginary beef with Drew. I said, girl, you don't got a problem. It is what it is. Drew go be Drew. So the only way who go we can bring up stuff like that is Shamia, Angela, Britt, I guess. They gotta and Kelly, they gotta spice it up. It's just so sad. I don't know. It seems like they want a younger a crowd now. They want to go to the younger direction. And that's the case. That if next season happens, then maybe Cynthia and Kenya may just step away. And maybe Peach Juice. And give the other ladies a shine. I don't know. What y'all think? And that also made me think why they're going in a new direction. Is there a new reality show? They're coming out in Bravo. Some NYC, Young Face NYC, something like that. When Candy's daughter, Kim Zolciak's daughter, and some other people. I said I don't know about that show. It just seems like it's not something that I'm interested in, and it is what it is. Even though I'm in New York City, it is what it is. Anything else before we get out of here? I did watch the Married to Medicine reunion, all three parts, which I was like, I don't know why it was all three parts. But yes, we're going to talk about that this week. Maybe it's not, if it's Thursday or maybe Friday, one of those 2 days. Maybe Thursday. And I do Beyond the Gates. Probably give you out that on Friday to catch up with some episodes. And that's that. But if anything else, that's it. That's the review. If anything else I missed, put down in the comment section down below. Please like the video, subscribe to the video. My Discord link, click on the description box, click on my Discord and join me there. That's where we have a lot of conversations. You can chit chat with me more there. You get my opinions about things that I may not talk about. I may do some social corners next week. No, that's a social corner. Relax and chill with Mizzle. So any social topics you want me to discuss, please let me know. And we'll get to it. Without further ado, hope you have an all great day. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. And that's right. Have a good day at work. I got to work tonight. So I have my overnight shift. Chill. And I got to see what I'm going to eat for dinner. Let me eat something real quick before I go to work. Chill. All right, y'all. Later. Tell me in the comment section down below. Do you agree with production's decision tonight or what? And what would you have done? All right, if you was Kenya or if you were production. And let us talk. Let's have a conversation. All right. Peace out.